Here we go, folks. I'm out here with my carbon Zion, plus my brand new Invader X4 Crossbow. And we're down here at the farm. I'm setting the scope on it. And of course, it's set at 20 yards, but I've been shooting at 30 yards, which is this big shooter buck with the black block target under it at 20 yards. And then that's a Glendale buck with a block target under it, just in case we shoot low. And then we got Sarah, which is a Triceratops that Jared got from Walmart years ago. But we're down here at the bow range. I mean, you're looking, I'm standing where we shoot from. We got 20, 30, and 40 yards. We can do all the way out to 80 if we want. Hey everybody, this is going to be my initial review of this Wicked Ridge Invader X4. I picked this up at Cabela's a week ago, and I've been practicing with it. Jared's been helping me with it. Actually, it's set now. He can set down and shoot it out to 50 yards. This isn't brand new. This is a factory refurbished that I picked up. It's got a 1-year warranty on it because it's Wicked Ridge. If it was a 10-point bow, it would have a 3-year warranty, even though it's refurbished. It didn't come with the quiver or the mount, but I picked those up at Cabela's. Did buy the bolts, 6-pack. These are what they call Alpha Nocks. And the reason why they use that particular type of knock, which is proprietary to 10-point and Wicked Ridge, is because when you start getting these crossbows with these shorter limbs or limbs drawn back, when you cock this thing, where the arrow nocks is so narrow, these have little fingers on them that grip that string. And of course, you have to shoot these for the warranty to stay intact. But this is what, 168 pound pull?
165.
165 pound pull with these XX75 aluminum arrows, 100 grain field point. It will shoot, according to the box that I showed you a picture of, it will shoot 340 feet a second. If I go with the 10-point Pro lights,
which are carbon,
don't weigh as much, it will shoot 360 feet per second. If you see on their website now, they got the Invader 400, which is supposed to shoot up to 400 feet per second. It's got a fixed powered scope. It has the reticle in it. It's not lighted. And you got 20, main crosshairs 20 yards. Drop down, you got 30. Drop down, you got 40. And then you got one last one that's 50. It's got good finger protection so you don't get your fingers or your thumb.
Flip it so they can see.
Up here on the barrel. It's got a safety which can be changed to ambidextrous, either side. I've shot it several times. We'll get a video here in a second of me shooting it. Let everybody see it being shot.
He also bought, it did not come with it, the sling.
The sling, yes. Yeah, when I got the quiver and the mount, I got the sling as well. And so far, I'm tickled to death with it. It is set up. You can get the AccuDraw.
It's the AccuDraw. There's two different versions of the AccuDraw. There's the AccuDraw that has basically just your regular pull cables, and it stores them inside of it.
That's AccuDraw 50.
And you can hook the cables to it, pull the cables, and it cocks it for you. Or you can get the other version of the AccuDraw, which is a little bit more expensive, and it has the hand crank.
But this is set up, you can use either one because it's got a place here for you to store your hand crank.
Right, and the hand crank stores in the bottom of the buttstock, and you pull its strings out, you hook it to your bowstring, and then you start cranking, and it'll cock the bow for you. The one that I actually purchased had to be sent back. The limb split on it. We'll do a video of it whenever I get it back. It had a lot of damage done to it after just about 2 shots. there was a lot of stuff wrong with it, but we'll get to that whenever we do the review of mine.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't the Invader. Mine was the Rampage 360.
Yeah. But I've got a Barnett recurve crossbow that I bought whenever I had a torn rotator cuff, and it was the last year you actually had to apply for a permit to shoot a crossbow.
Yeah, you had to have a reason.
Yeah.
You had to be disabled in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
To
the next year they got rid of that, but I got my permit to use a crossbow, and I've hunted with it 1 year, but I wanted a compound recurve.
They're a lot nicer. I think the compounds are a lot nicer. Now, if you go with a recurve like the Excaliburs,
yeah,
those are really nice, but if you're a speed freak or something like that, a lot of people don't care, but with the recurves, you're not going to get around 400 feet per second with them. The best you're going to do is probably about 340, 350 maybe.
Yeah. Well, we'll get this thing cocked and get ready to shoot, and I'll try to shoot it at 30 yards. Hopefully I won't lose a bolt.
Well, we'll show them the process of you cocking it and everything else.
Yeah, I got to get the rope. So.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Okay. I chose to use this kind of cocking device because I'm so used to it, but you put your foot in the stirrup, and then you take your rope, you put it around the back, you hook your hooks in. I'm on the wrong side. I like my hooks to be aiming up at me. Put this as close as you can. Make sure this is on fire and not safe, so it will cock. It does have an anti-dry fire device.
You heard it click, which lets you know that it cocked. And when it does cock, it automatically puts it on safety.
Right. And you take your bolt and, if I can get it done, keep your fingers up here where I got mine, so you're not in the line of that string if it would happen to fire.
You make sure it seats all the way back. What distance are you shooting?
30 yards at the Glendale buck.
Okay.
I'm going to take it off safety. Scout, come here. Off safety. That's a dead deer.
We will go look at the target. 30 yards, perfect shot. He's got the scope that comes with it. That scope comes in the package. And that comes preset out to like 20 yards or something like that. It's not dead on, but it is basically bore sighted. You will hit the target. He nailed the heart, as you can see here. That's a dead deer, especially with a Rage broadhead. You just split the heart, you split the lung. Perfect shot.
Yeah. And of course, this Glendale buck, that's being new, you got to use a gripper. I should have. It was how far up that bolt went.
Good penetration.
Good penetration.
And on a live deer, you'd have probably shot plumb through it.
Yeah. With the Rage,
I mean, you think that thing's got a lot more friction than what an actual deer's body does unless you hit bone.
With the Rage 100 grain mechanical broadheads, when that thing hits, it's going to cut that heart in two.
Yep.
So that's my review of the Wicked Ridge Invader X4. And just because Jared had an issue with his, because it come off the refurbished rack. The one thing I can say, Cabela's had no problem taking it back. Couldn't return it because it was refurbished. But they had no problem taking it back, doing a work ticket, and sending it back to 10 Point to be repaired.
Basically refurbished again.
Completely refurbished again.
And we'll see how that comes back.
Right.
Because there was a lot of damage to that bow, which I'll go over in my video.
Yeah.
There was a lot of damage We'll see what they fixed, what they didn't fix, what their warranty covered, what it didn't cover. I know I was pretty upset when it all happened.
I know you was upset.
And some of the damage I didn't even notice. They discovered it when Cabela's went through and started looking at it. They found a lot of other things wrong with it.
There was more damage to yours than what we thought. We thought it was a split limb, and where that anti-dry fire device is, it was cracked on both sides.
Right, basically where your scope is.
Yeah, where the scope mounts above that.
It was cracked on both sides. But we'll get more into my bow whenever I receive it back. It should be next week sometime.
Yeah.
And we'll do a review on it. But
just appreciate everybody watching. This video will come out here soon because I've already done a short of the Invader X4. So we're going to end it. We appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Bow season's about 3 weeks away. And we're getting anxious. You can see we've got the range fixed up. We've been down here practicing this. Second day that we've been down here. We was down here last week. So
there will also be a special video. My daughter, who is 9 years old, will be going on her first youth deer hunt this year. And we will have a short little clip of her shooting the rifle for the first time. And I tell you what, she did amazing.
Yeah.
She did really good.
So with that, as we're fond of saying, see you in the woods. Thanks for watching.
Finger like this. You can put it like this as well, but it can slide off and hit that trigger. You never go around that trigger, okay? The other thing is, you can tell the gun is empty, right? There's no magazine. This gun is also on safety. See that? See how it's got the X on it? That means this gun will not fire. To fire this gun, you'll flip this down to here. That means you're live and you're ready to fire. At that point, this trigger will make this gun go off just like that. Pretty good. Can you see through that scope very good? Move the gun around for you. See anything? Gun is going hot. When you think you're inside that circle good enough, I want you to put your finger on that trigger and squeeze, okay? Okay, grab that trigger. Okay. When you're ready, when you think you're on it, squeeze.
Okay, folks, Jared's gonna shoot the Invader.
Gotta hurry, that's coming.
Yeah. Alvin, you better get your bow. Look, Jared got the kill zone.
Get your crap, it's in there.